I'm Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the BAGSMART Soar 6-liter camera sling bag with tripod holder, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So the outside is made from a very soft, very malleable, water repellent exterior fabric, and it's got like a grid-like pattern to it. It's kind of difficult to show just because of the light color, but it feels very protective. And the main zipper has this nice PU waterproof coating to help prevent any weather or any kind of moisture from getting inside. And then the zippers have these really nice zipper pulls, but because of like the lightweight material of the fabric, it's a little difficult to operate with just one hand. And so especially around the corners, things tend to get like a little caught. So I found that it's usually best to hold one side and then unzip. It's like just like the most reliable. And then the other zippers have just regular metal zipper pulls, unlike the main zipper. But the main zipper has these two little points where you can interlock them and then use a third-party lock in order to kind of secure it down, just to make sure that nobody's getting in, which is always nice to see, especially when traveling. Then on the sides, they have these compression straps that kind of feed into the shoulder strap to kind of like cinch everything down. And then underneath, they have two more. They're compression straps, but also attachment, or this is where you would store like a tripod. And they use these really reliable G-hooks. Never had any issue with them coming undone. And they're also like super easy to like cinch and tighten down, and then also to loosen. And I found that this worked really well for storing a tripod, a jacket, or even a water bottle. And then the branding is also fairly minimal, with just like the BAGSMART logo here and on the padded shoulder strap as well. As for the harness system, there's no grab handles, which is not a huge deal, but because of the size of the bag, it makes trying to grab onto it like a clutch a little bit more unwieldy, I would say. You can grab or hold on to the bag by these straps, but then you risk everything inside kind of getting jumbled around, which is not ideal. The shoulder strap is made with it's like seatbelt like, but a little bit rougher, maybe more like a canvas. I never had any issues with it like burning or like hurting when I would adjust it on like my neck or on my arm. And like I mentioned before, the strap feeds kind of into these compression straps. So in order to get the full length of the shoulder strap, you want to have these kind of tightened down as much as possible. But even then, it's not like the longest shoulder strap, which did present a few challenges when trying to slip over my head. So people with like larger frames might want to try it out or keep that in mind. There is a nicely removable padded strap or padded insert right here where you can just take it completely off, but it's decently comfortable. And the shoulder strap also connects with a buckle, so that helps. So this is what it looks like on. You can see it sits fairly high up on my back. I typically prefer slings that have like a little bit more length to them, just so that it's a little bit easier for me to like really get inside. But this is at its longest, I believe. And so it's still pretty comfortable, although because it's at its longest, it kind of it shrinks down like this, making it kind of irritating to separate some of the pockets from each other, because it's just like one large conjoined mush, if that makes sense. But The buckle on the side definitely helps, especially with like larger jackets and coats. That way you don't have to slip it over your head. And so I found myself definitely relying on putting this sling on using the plastic buckle on the side. But you also have to keep that in mind when orienting it. Quickly, before we get into the secondary compartments, this is kind of what I meant earlier with like everything being like smushed together. Because of the malleable material, it like the front pocket is hidden and it's nice as like a security aspect, but like trying to get into like the front pocket or the hidden pocket with it on proved to be like a little bit challenging, just because like having to like separate the material in order to get to the pocket itself. But taking a look at the rear pocket first, you can see it has like a nice orange accent right here, and it has a very strong magnet, which definitely appreciate. And then inside, it's just like a slip pocket, but it has a key leash, and it has a very nice circular carabiner. And with this, I found not the most intuitive to use, just because a lot of times if I wanted to disconnect the keys, it may be obscured by the actual like lanyard or like, yeah, the nylon material, and it's not very stretchy at all. And so I definitely found myself not really using this and defaulting to slipping my phone in here for quick access, especially with that magnetic closure. That works really, really well. And on the front, right here, is a standard front pocket with two really stretchy mesh slip pockets, which do a great job of organizing things and keeping everything like nicely contained. And so inside I just have chapstick or lip balm and gum. And then I have a hand sanitizer as well. And then the rest of this compartment is still pretty spacious, which I definitely appreciated. And then one of the clever designs on this is a hidden pocket. You can kind of see the zipper pull because it's unzipped, but when fully zipped, it's nicely hidden. But that is something to keep in mind. If it's unzipped, the zipper pull does tend to like dangle out a little bit. But this pocket takes up the entirety of this orange section right here, so it's pretty nice. And inside I just have a wallet, but this works really well for like hiding like a passport, or I'd use this for like cash as well. And now taking a look at the main compartment, where the bulk of the organization and capacity is, you can kind of see it has a nice wide opening and has a lot of organization inside. So let's see, starting off at the back, there is this super large slip pocket, which works nicely. I would sometimes store my phone in here. I believe it can fit a Nintendo Switch as well, which is really nice, and that's padded. So it's got like a little bit of protection, but I usually just keep a portable power bank. And then opposite of that, against the front compartment, is a zippered, very stretchy mesh compartment, which is great for storing like smaller items. So inside I have an SD card case, and it's got like a nice amount of space as well. So I would usually store, like when I wasn't using this as like a camera bag, more for like everyday items, I would put like my wallet or my keys in here, and then having it be like zippered in this compartment and then zippered in the main compartment just provided a little bit of extra security. But when out with my camera, I would usually store in these super soft, super stretchy slip pockets extra batteries. It's always good to have. And then SD cards also fit nicely in here when I didn't have them in the case. I never had any issues with them falling out, which was really nice. And then in the main compartment, let's see, I have field notes book and a pair of AirPods as well as a pen, just in case. And I also have my Ricoh GR3. And so this main compartment is really nice in its flexibility because it has these built-in deployable dividers, which have like a nice amount of padding to them. And so as like an everyday sling, you can push these dividers up against any wall really, either the front or the back, or if you want all together, you can push it up against the side, and that just adds like a little bit more buffer room or protection with padding. But the rest of this compartment is just like a nice spacious area to kind of include whatever kind of items, like a larger pair of headphones fit nicely in here as well. But I usually would keep this divider up, and that just provided a little bit more organization for items like headphones. When I didn't have my camera, I would also put stuff in here for like going out, like shopping bags, stuff like that, if I was taking a trip to the grocery store. Its flexibility is one of the like benefits, I would say, like one of the go-to reasons why I would definitely recommend this sling, just because it allows you to pack the bag however you see fit. And you can even use this as like a drone bag as well, by like sticking the drone in one, like probably this one, and then sticking like some of the accessories in here just to keep everything organized and protected. So there you have it, the BAGSMART Soar 6-liter camera sling bag with tripod holder. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.